The Beats Fit Pro are an incredible sounding earbud, but for me, they have not been the comfiest one that I've tested lately, unfortunately. I'm Brad Bennett with MobileSyrup, and this is the Beats Fit Pro review. What's up, world? So these last 2 weeks or so I've been testing out these $200 US, $260 Canadian Beats Fit Pro earbuds. And well, I was initially incredibly excited to test them out because who doesn't want to fall in love with a pair of, potentially pink AirPod Pros? Unfortunately, they haven't become my new daily driver earbud. This is mainly due to the new shape of the Beats earbud, and it's got what Apple is calling a wingtip that locks into your ear to help the bud stay secure. Looks like that, and it works well. But my ears are a little too small for the Beats, I think, because I found the pressure of the wingtip sort of on that upper concha part of the cartilage of my ear pretty uncomfortable, actually. I will mention that on most earbuds I use medium tips, but when I've used Beats in the past and these ones, I've had to step down to the smallest size. I don't know if that makes sense. Like when I hold them up on paper, they kind of look the same size, but that just sort of seems to be what's happening. The other downside of the wingtips is that if you want to flick them out of your concha to give your ear a bit of a break, they become a lot less secure since they sit a little further out from your skull than some of the competitors. It just kind of moves that earbud center balance out a little bit. It makes it easy to pull a hat down and knock them out, or fiddle with your mask and knock them out again. I will clarify though that not a lot of earbuds pass the fiddling with a mask test. And I guess I will wrap this up by saying I have seen lots of other reviews online, even people like Chris Welch from The Verge talking about how comfortable these are, so it's likely come down to my small ears. So if you have small ears, maybe stay away from the Beats Fit Pro. But that's just the quirk. There's a lot more to talk about, including sound quality. So let's talk about how these buds sound. The Beats Fit Pros are very appealing. The sound is crisp and detailed and has a somewhat stronger bass line than I'm sure audiophiles enjoy, but generally people love it, and I did too. These are really great sounding Bluetooth earbuds, there's no doubt about it. And then to help preserve that crisp sound, Apple has also packed in a form of adaptive noise canceling, so no matter what environment you're in, the sound gets blocked out effectively. I found this to be really great in practice, and it's probably the best earbud noise cancellation that I've used in a while. The runner-ups maybe being the Master & Dynamics NW08s, but I wouldn't really recommend buying those super expensive earbuds because their mic sucks, and the Galaxy Buds 2, which is actually a pretty good competitor to these. If you're an Apple user, there's another few little tricks packed into these little buds. Since they feature the same Apple H1 chip as AirPods, they can play spatial audio with head tracking. This is a feature that's really grown on me since I tested the original AirPods, which are actually right here, and I think if you're going to be an Apple user, it's probably worth switching to Apple Music to take advantage of. I know, spatial audio, blah, blah, blah. I was skeptical too, okay? My initial thoughts are still live on MobileSyrup.com if you want to check them out. But the more I've explored Apple Music since the launch of the AirPods with head tracking, I'm really finding that I like spatial audio. And when I turn and feel the music turn or not turn with me, it's quite interesting and helps me get more into the immersiveness of the music, and I just dance more. It's great. I don't know, can't complain about that. Also, as a side note, if you're not into Apple Music, I do have a full music streaming app comparison video that might help you pick a service that's more tailored to your listening style. It's linked below, maybe up in one of these corners. Test, test, test. Welcome to the mic test. We're obviously starting off with the buds of the hour, the new Beats Fit Pro, and how do they sound? Did they sound better or worse than these Apple AirPods, a bud that used to be known for its mics? What about its main competitor, the Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 if you're on Android, which apparently I think are only recording out of this left bud, but they're still a great competitor to the new Beats, I think. I guess I'll be remiss not to mention, of course, the OnePlus Buds C. The 2 is a good mid-range pick with, better waterproofing than the Beats, even if they might not be, well, they're actually pretty secure. Finally, here are the older Beats, the Studio Buds, and their mic is a little rough, so it's nice to see Apple listening since the new Beats Fit Pro, I think, sounds a little better. What do you guys think? Like the last pair of Beats wireless earbuds, the new Fit Pros, these are AirPods, the new Fit Pros are well equipped for both Android and iOS users. There may be a few more iOS features, but in terms of the basics, both operating systems are treated pretty equally. We'll start with Android though, since the app is just cooler to look at over there. Since I have the stone purple colorway, the app on Android is designed to match. It's a nice touch and adds to the already nice visual design of the software. If you had the, what's it called, Sage Gray model, you might get a little green tint in the app, but I think if you had the white and black ones, you probably wouldn't notice it. Inside the app, you can rename the buds, enable, disable noise cancellation or transparency mode, and on top of that, change what the press and hold functions do. By default, they change from active noise cancellation to transparency, but you can make them do volume controls instead. In the app, you can also turn on auto ear detection and lock the mic to one earbud of your choosing if you just want to use it like a little tiny microphone. You can do exactly the same thing on iPhone by diving into Bluetooth settings on your device, but this just looks like a boring settings page. The Android version is a lot more fun, and honestly, with how most wireless earbuds use apps, I think to consumers it might just make a little more sense. Beyond that more app-to-app comparison that's more of an app to a settings page comparison, there are a lot of pluses to having these buds inside the Apple ecosystem. So if you're on an iPad or an iPhone, you can control spatial audio head tracking, active noise cancellation, and transparency mode all from the control center and even on a Mac. So that makes it a lot easier to access the most commonly used controls on your iPhone, and it is quicker than diving into an app. Another perk of the H1 chip inside these buds is that you're able to share audio from an iPhone or an iPad to another pair of Beats or AirPods, so two people with Apple headphones can connect to the same device and listen to the same thing. It's pretty convenient, maybe a little niche, but if you travel a lot with a partner, probably very helpful. The final iOS upper hand is that the buds can be located in the Apple Find My app. However, it's not part of the Find My network like AirPods. So it can only be located with a sound playback when it's connected to Bluetooth, which is pretty lackluster and puts these more in line with like every other basic Android equivalent headphone. And at this price, I'd expect a little more from Apple. Okay, looking at the buds in the context of like the entire wireless earbud landscape, they're really great. They're definitely topping out in terms of quality and noise cancellation, cool features and gimmicks and add-ons, but they are near the top of that sort of, I would say, high-end earbud budget. If you do some light fitness and live in the Apple ecosystem and hate AirPods, these are likely your best bet. But I do think most people would be happier with Apple's standard AirPods or AirPod Pros, depending on how much you value noise cancellation, or if you rather the sort of silicone tipless design of the AirPods. If you're on Android though, there are lots of comparable buds and some that even cost a lot less, like the OnePlus Buds Z2, which I believe are still back on the table. They offer a really complete experience for, a lot less. I think it's $160 in Canada, maybe $100 in the US, so about half the price. As much as I like the idea of a more mass market appealing bud from Apple or Beats or whoever that plays nice with Android and Apple equally and brings us all together in harmony, this isn't it. And that's also it for me today though. I guess, I don't know why I got so excited, but thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, a like and subscribe would be just splendid as we try to grow the channel. Alright, check out my other earbud reviews on MobileSyrup. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one.